Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Bio Learning where we don't just study, we learn. So today we're going to deal with a very important topic called molarity. And to get to molarity, we need to understand the concept of what is 1 mole. Now, many of you have probably heard people comparing the terms 1 mole to Avogadro's number. They are related, and here's how. When you talk about 1 mole of an element, 1 mole of sodium atoms, for example, contain 6.023 into 10 raised to 23 sodium atoms. 6.023 into 10 raised to 23 is Avogadro's constant. It's used when you're talking about moles. 1 mole of calcium atoms contain the same number of calcium atoms. Are you seeing similarity here? We're talking about 1 mole of atoms of different elements contain the same number of atoms. 1 mole of sodium chloride molecules. Here we've shifted from elements to a compound. So 1 mole of sodium chloride molecules contain the same amount of sodium chloride molecules. Basically, if you want to make it as simple as you possibly can, 1 mole of potatoes contain 6.023 into 10 raised to 23 potatoes. Conclusion. We have 1 mole of a substance, any substance. It could be an element, it could be a compound, it could be potatoes, tomatoes, elephants. 1 mole of any substance would contain 6.023 into 10 raised to 23 units of that substance. This is the basic relationship between 1 mole of an element and Avogadro's number. However, and this is a very important concept to understand, however, when you talk about 1 mole of sodium, it is not equals to 1 mole of calcium in weight. If I take 1 mole of sodium in a beaker or a conical flask and I take 1 mole of calcium in a beaker or a conical flask and put them both on a weighing scale, they will not weigh the same amount in grams. And here's why. If you look at the periodic table really close, you will find that there's a little number given over there. This is the atomic mass. Okay, it's usually written for each and every element. Some periodic tables may write it down here, that doesn't matter. The atomic mass has a unit of AMU, atomic mass unit. Basically, iron has an atomic mass of, let's round it up to say 56 atomic mass units. Now, from the periodic table, I can also get the molar mass. I simply have to say that iron has a molar mass of 56 grams. I'm writing 56 because I'm rounding up 55.8. 56 grams is the molar mass of iron. Another example, if I take sodium, 22.9, which is almost equals to 23. Sodium has a molar mass of 23 grams. Bear in mind that every single element in the periodic table has a different or its own unique molar mass. Sodium we saw has a molar mass of 23 grams, iron has a molar mass of 56 grams, then we come to chlorine has a molar mass of 30, 35.5 grams. Okay, so it's very simple to get the molar mass from the periodic table. Now, what if I ask you for the molar mass of a compound? Okay, scratch that. A compound NaCl. How are you going to find the molar mass of NaCl? Very simple. You need the molar mass of Na and you need the molar mass of Cl, both of which we have from the periodic table. You've got molar mass of sodium, which is 23, plus the molar mass of chlorine, which is 35.5, which would give you in the end 58.5 grams. What does this mean? What do I mean when I say molar mass? I'm talking about the mass or the amount of substance of that particular element in 1 mole. For example, if I tell you, go to the lab and get me 1 mole of sodium, you're going to go and weigh me out 23 grams of sodium. If I want 1 mole of chlorine, I'm going to need 35.5 grams of chlorine. See, in the lab, we don't have the capability to weigh a mole. So we weigh 1 mole in grams by calculating how many grams are there in 1 mole of that substance. This brings us to the topic of molarity. The formula for molarity is simple. Number of moles of a solute divided by volume of solution. Please pay attention to the units. We have grams and liters. Most often when they give you problems in exams, they will give you in ml just to see whether you're smart enough to convert it to liters. We'll come back to that later. So if I tell you I want a 1 molar solution of sodium, just the sodium. Molar mass of sodium is 23, right? Which means there are 23 grams of sodium in 1 mole of sodium. So to get a 1 molar solution of sodium, we are going to have to weigh out 23 grams of sodium and dissolve it in 1 liter of distilled water. 1 liter of distilled water, or you have the option for calculation's sake 1000 ml. If I tell you I want a 1 molar solution of sodium chloride, you're gonna have the powder of sodium chloride, obviously. So looking back, we have sodium chloride contains 58.5 grams in 1 mole. So we're gonna have to weigh out 58.5 grams of sodium chloride and mix it or dissolve it in 1 liter of water. Simple enough? Okay, now what if for your exam they give you a problem saying, give me a 5 molar solution of sodium. Just sodium, start basic with sodium. 5 molar. Now you know in 1 mole of sodium there are 23 grams, right? So in 5 moles of sodium, how many grams? You need to weigh it in grams. So basically what you do is you cross multiply this. Yeah. So we're going to get x is equals to 5 into 23. That gives you 115 grams. I would advise you very strongly, when you have such simple calculations, even when you have not so simple calculations, you must use your own brain to calculate. Calculators are all good and fine, but then, you know, the saying of, if you don't use something, it starts to rust. Exactly. The same thing applies to your brain. Don't be fooled. Your brain needs to be used. Calculations are good for it. So 5 into 23, 150 grams. To get a 5 molar solution of sodium, we need to weigh out 115 grams of sodium and dissolve that in 1 liter of distilled water. As simple as that. They're going to give you. So coming to the end of this video, I hope you liked it. I hope it helped you. If you have any questions or problems that you would like me to help you solve, please put it down in the comment section. I didn't want to solve too difficult problems in this video because it's really basic, really simple. If you want something more complicated, please let me know and I would be most happy to oblige. Thank you so much. If this video helped you, please do like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye bye and all the best.